In this video, I want to show you some tools that you can use in the browser to more easily download images. On the class website, you'll see some links to some browser extensions. These are all for Google Chrome. Clicking on one of the links, you'll be led to the Chrome Web Store, where you can install the extension. Here you can see I've already installed Download All Images. Looking at the Chrome Extensions tab, you can see that I've already downloaded some of these extensions. I just want to make sure they're on by clicking them on. Let's turn on I'm a Gentleman and Downloader for Instagram. Okay, now let's imagine I'm building a dataset of brutalist architecture. In Google, let's just search for brutalist architecture. Go to Google Images. Under Tools, let's say the size should be at least medium size. Scrolling down all the way to the bottom of the results, let's keep showing results by clicking the Show More Results button. All right, now we're finally down to the end of the results. These are all the images that Google Images is going to show us about brutalist architecture. Now let's try the Image Downloader extension. Click on the Image Downloader icon, and the extension will find all of the images within this web page. It's found 859 images. But scrolling down, we can see that a lot of these images are very small icons or thumbnails, which we don't really want. So we'll click on the filter icon and then adjust the minimum width and the minimum height of each image. In our dataset, we want images that are at least 512 pixels wide and high. So let's set the minimum width and height to around that, 538. Okay, now we only have 51 images. There are some images that we probably don't want, like this one. So we could download each image individually. Or we can just select all and then download all 51 images. You can see in the bottom of my screen that all the images are being saved to my Downloads folder. We can also try out the Download All Images extension. Clicking on the icon, it's just going to download every image within this page. The Download All Images extension is going to save all of the images into a zip file, which we download into our Downloads folder. Clicking on that zip file, it'll be opened, and you can see all of the images on this page in that folder. But note that there are a lot of small icons and thumbnail images that we're going to want to get rid of. Next, let's look at the I'm a Gentleman extension. With this extension, you can save images with just one click by using the Alt plus Click hotkey. So in other words, holding the Alt key and clicking the image at the same time. And actually, I prefer this method because it's a lot more targeted. In other words, I can download just the images that I want and not a bunch of trash that I'm going to have to delete later anyway. So going through Google Images, I can select only the images that I'm really interested in. Alt-click, and the image is downloaded. For me, this method of targeting which images you want to download takes more time at the beginning, but it saves you a lot of hassle at the end when you're trying to clean up your dataset. Another great source for images is Instagram. So let's go to Instagram and search for Brutalist. There are some Instagram accounts that probably have great images, but for now I'm just going to look at the hashtag Brutalist Architecture. All right, so there's 230,000 posts. Scrolling down, we can see there are a lot of images that we can't really use. They're just images of models or drawings. So again, we want to be targeted and only download those images that we really want. Here I'm using the Downloader for Instagram extension. You'll see an icon in the top left-hand corner of each image. Just click that to download the image. And here you can see the image has been downloaded to my Downloads folder. This one looks great. Let's download that one. Now make sure you click on the actual post rather than download the thumbnail image. So let's click on the post and then download the large image. There we go. All right, these are some great images. To keep this video short, I just showed you how to use Google Images and Instagram to search for images. Obviously, there are a ton more interesting websites where you can find great images, like museums. All right, now let's say that we've finished downloading our data set and all these images are in our downloads folder. Looking at the file sizes of these images, it's apparent that I still have a lot of thumbnails and icons. So I'm just going to sort by size and then delete all of the images that are under, say, 20 kilobytes. Let's just delete those. Those are definitely going to be too small. Looking at the thumbnails, it seems that some of the images didn't download correctly, or they're a format that my computer can't easily read, like WebP. So let's just get rid of those. All right, now let's save these images into a new folder. We'll just call it Brutalist Architecture Originals. And let me put that folder somewhere where I can find it again, maybe in my pictures. Looking at the thumbnails, it appears that I downloaded some images twice, so let's just delete those duplicates. Great, so now I have a folder with all of my Brutalist Architecture images, and I'm ready for the next step, which is preparing the dataset.